Rodeo Stories, presented by Pivot Bio.
Hey, Cullen, thanks for letting us come out here.
Thanks for having me.
You're at the end of a long road down here.
We are. That is how we like it.
Exactly.
We don't have any neighbors where we're at.
There's a lot of room to roam. It's a great place to be a bucking horse, looks to me like.
It seems to be. They seem to be happy here, and I'm happy to have them here.
Well, let's kind of walk around and look at some of your superstars.
Okay.
If you don't mind. First of all, congratulations. Big number of selections to the National Finals.
Thank you, yes.
I think you got, last year you had the most barebacks, and this year you got the most. Is
Right.
what, 11, I think?
11 this year, yes, sir. We got 3 geldings, and the rest are mares, and most of our mares are in foal that are going to the finals, which is not unusual for us.
So, when will they foal? Do you want them to go later in the spring so they're not too heavy bred going into the National Finals?
Right, that's right. We around May, and that way they're not too heavy. They're still peak performance, and we give them, adequate time off.
So I want to talk about Night Jacket before we talk about your NFR horses. Night Jacket, we did a piece earlier this year, and just one of, if not the greatest sire of bucking horses in the history of the game. And I'm just going to put you on the spot. $250,000.
It was.
And that was just crazy dollars at that time. It went from the craziest investment, according to the experts, to the greatest investment maybe in the history of rodeo.
Sure. Yeah, and even the mares, when I bought them the year before, I had some people that said, that's the smartest thing that we think anybody's ever done. And then of course there's people behind your back telling everybody how stupid you are.
Oh, yeah.
And you kind of believe them sometime. And when I took that first set of colts to the first rodeo, I thought, the people that said I'm stupid, they're right.
Wow, they didn't perform.
Well, they were just colts, and you get your expectations are way higher than they should be.
Yeah.
And when it finally worked itself out, it was good. And I was really glad I did it, and still today glad I did it. But
tell us about the big guy here.
He was horse of the finals, bareback horse of the finals in 2019.
That's 904.
904 Top Notch.
Top Notch
is his name, and he's been a good horse for a long time. We've had him in the bronc riding. I like him better in the bareback riding. He's one of those that if you let him beat you out of the chute, he's going to beat you in the arena. If he beats you the first jump, there's a good chance he's going to buck you off. If you get him marked out good and you beat him out of there, you got a chance to be 90.
Tell me about the best out this year for Top Notch.
Top Notch, I would say his best out was with Tim O'Connell at San Angelo this year in the cinch shootout. He went it on him. I think he was 90 or maybe 91, but good out for Tim and good out for Top Notch.
Let's go to Top Flight. This is one. Is this your biggest superstar?
There's people that know Top Flight that have no clue who I am. And any business that I have, it's credit to her.
And she's right here.
Yep.
Does she kind of rule the roost here?
She doesn't bother anybody, but nobody is going to bother her. And she's laid back. She don't really want you to pet her or anything, but she loves her job.
Does she know she's a world champion?
I would say she's getting later in her years, and she was really good at Lovington with Tanner Ross there end of the year. But probably the most memorable one with her was at San Angelo, because that was her first out back after having a little sickness this winter, and you still don't know. Like I wanted to make sure she still wanted to do it, and of course she did, and she was really good there. So that'd probably be the most memorable one of the year for her.
What do you say to people that claim that we abuse bucking horses and bulls to make them buck?
I wish they would just come hang out a day before they make that claim. Just so they could see how much we do care about them.
I wish they could get to know their personalities like you do, get to know the individuals, and then just see the pure heart that they give when the gate opens.
Sure.
Those of us that have been raised around animals, especially buck and stock, we can tell when they love it. And these animals love what they do.
They do, yeah. And that's the thing that, if we didn't take them, they would be mad at us.
To see more stories like these, visit GetRodeoReady.com.